Obtaining U.S. Citizenship Informational Video Series. This informational video is created and produced by CHS Training and Education Program. This video is intended for informational and learning purposes only and shall not be construed as legal advice. CHS is not liable for any misuse of information contained herein. Step 1. Determine current citizenship and eligibility. To become a U.S. citizen, you must first make sure you are not already a citizen, either by birth or through marriage. Then you must make sure you meet the eligibility requirements. In order to become a U.S. citizen, you must meet certain requirements. You must be at least 18 years old, have lived in the U.S. as a legal permanent resident for at least 5 years, or 3 years if permanent residency was obtained through marriage to a U.S. citizen. Be a good citizen. For example, you must have paid your taxes on time and have not been convicted of a serious crime. If any criminal record exists, please consult a lawyer. You must demonstrate that you have knowledge and understanding of U.S. history and civics. Males between the ages of 18 and 26 must register for the Selective Service System, meaning the Army, the Air Force, or the Navy. To become a citizen, you must be willing to swear your loyalty to the United States. You must agree to support and defend the U.S. Constitution. When you become a citizen, you accept all of the responsibilities of being an American, and in return, you get the rights and privileges of citizenship. Step 2. Fill out the Form N-400, Application for Naturalization. This will require providing documentation of your eligibility for citizenship and 2 passport-style photos. There will also be fees. Be sure to read the directions of the form and submit all the documentation required. When finished, submit Form N-400 to the proper place as stated in the directions. You can find the form online at the USCIS website. Step 3. A background check. The USCIS requires applicants to be fingerprinted and photographed for the purpose of conducting a Federal Bureau of Investigation criminal background check. In some cases, USCIS may be able to reuse fingerprints and photographs that were previously taken to conduct the background check. You will either receive notice that your biometrics have been reused or if new biometrics are required. USCIS interview and tests. When all the paperwork is finished, fees are paid, and the background check is complete, you will receive an appointment notice for your naturalization interview. You must report to your local USCIS office at the scheduled date and time for your interview. Bring your appointment notice with you. At the interview, you will answer questions about your Form N-400. Then you will take your tests. There are 2 tests, one focusing on English and the other focusing on U.S. history and government, also known as U.S. civics. Step 5. Results. pass, or continuation. Once you are done with the interview and tests, you will get the results. There are two possible results, pass or continuation. If you pass, congratulations. If you get a continuation, this means you have either failed the English or civics test, or you need more documentation. If this happens, you will have the opportunity to retake the test or to submit additional documentation. Step 6. Decision will either be granted or denied. You will be issued a written notice of the decision. Granted means the USCIS approved your Form N-400 because evidence shows you are eligible for naturalization. Denied means that the USCIS will deny your Form N-400 if the evidence shows you are not eligible for naturalization. If you are denied, you will get a letter explaining the reason. You have the option to appeal. Follow the directions on the denial letter. Appeals must be submitted within 30 days. Step 7. Receive notice of oath of allegiance. Sometimes you may be able to participate in the oath ceremony on the same day as your interview and test. If this option isn't available, you will be mailed a notification of the date and time and place of your scheduled oath ceremony. If you cannot attend the oath ceremony on the date assigned, you can ask the USCIS to reschedule you. Next, you will take the oath of allegiance to the United States. You are not a U.S. citizen until you take the oath of allegiance at a naturalization ceremony. This oath is administered by USCIS or by a judge. When you arrive, you will need to complete and turn in Form N-445, which is a questionnaire. A USCIS officer will review your form. Then you will turn in your permanent resident card or your green card and then take the oath of allegiance to become a U.S. citizen. When the oath is done, you will receive your certificate of naturalization. Congratulations, you are now a U.S. citizen. But double check that all the information on the certificate is correct and tell them immediately if there are any mistakes. Congratulations, you are now a U.S. citizen. It is important that you be aware of your rights and responsibilities as a citizen. Your rights include freedom to express yourself, freedom to worship as you wish, right to a fair trial by jury, right to vote in elections for public officials, the right to apply for federal employment, the right to run for an elected office. Your responsibilities include supporting and defending the U.S. Constitution, stay informed of the issues affecting your community, participate in the democratic process, which means voting, respect and obey federal, state, and local laws, respect the rights, beliefs, and opinions of others, participate in your local community, pay income and other taxes honestly and on time. If called upon, serve on a jury. Serve the country in the Army, the Air Force, or Navy if called upon. CHS can help. Remember, the CHS Community Outreach and Advocacy Program can help you with this process. Contact us at our email, video phone, or text at any time. Our information is on the screen. Obtaining U.S.